how does a person possibly, and I say this out of like compassion and empathy, because it's like, it requires so much from us.
Right.
Because everything around us is built for distraction. The foods we're eating, the things we drink and consume, the stuff that's created around us, it's all to distract.
Yeah.
So you're fighting like almost what feels to a lot of people like a losing battle.
Right.
What do you do to pick yourself back up?
I mean, what's more important than that? You know, like what's more important than connecting to your true self, to working on yourself? Like why am I so hardcore in mindset? Because I know how many people are so wrapped up in their mindset and their thoughts and their beliefs and their patterns that they're stuck in. And what ultimately we all want, I think, is freedom. And the way to get through to that freedom is to work on yourself, whatever that looks like for whatever stage someone is in, you know, and I can have empathy for every person at every stage, because I've been through so many stages of my process. And I think that it comes back to like, why are you doing it? What do you want? If you're trying to disconnect from your phone, why? You know, like for me, like I recently deleted Instagram from my phone. I did it last year for a month, felt like it was amazing. The book came out and I was like, I got to get back on. I got to promote. I got to make sure things are good. I recently just deleted it again. And now everything that I post, everything flows through my team. So it's not like it's just gone. It's just now I just happen to flow, everything flows through my team. Why did I do that though? Was because I don't want to live my life on that phone. And that one thing that I noticed is that Instagram was one of the things where I would pick it up and I would just somehow get to it. And I wasn't even thinking about getting to it. And I was like, my life is not this little tiny thing. My life is everything that's out here. And so why did I delete it? Was because I actually want to be in everything. I want to be present with my wife. When we have children, I want to be present with our children. I want to be the most present version of myself as I possibly can. And I can't imagine that I'll get to the end of my life, be 100 years old and be like, I wish I would have spent more time on Instagram. I wish I would have spent more time watching Netflix. You know, I've been addicted to all of those things. I'm not, above any of this stuff. But I started looking at myself and saying like, is this helping me get to where I want to be in life? Is it creating more peace in my life? For me, it was creating way more stress. So it was perpetuating these feelings that I'm trying to let go of and trying to work with. And so for me, I think what's important to people is like, if you want to make a change, why do you want to make the change? And for me, looking at a screen is not as important as actually physically being in front of my wife and giving her what she actually truly deserves, which is 100% of my attention. Because there's been times where I've not given her 100% of my attention. And as we start to have kids and stuff, I don't want to be a distracted parent. I want to be with them. I'll never sit there and go, well, when my kids were kids, my kids were children, like I wish I would have spent more time on Instagram. I wish I would have spent more time watching Netflix. I just think for me, like the level of the place I'm at in my life is I want to be as present as possible, because I've worked for things, I've climbed ladders, I've gotten to different places. I've realized none of those things fulfilled me in any sort of way. And this journey I've been on in the past, 10 years, 7 years ago, when we started talking about the Bhagavad Gita and I started meditating a whole lot more and getting into it, I realized, oh, these things are bringing me peace. And the more peaceful I feel, the more that it becomes easy to actually achieve and create the stuff that I want to in life. And so for me, the presence and the peace at this point in my life, things might change. I don't know what it's going to be in 5 years, are actually the things that are the most important to me.
Yeah, it's so interesting. I think we feel like being anxious and being, kind of like busy and stuff will actually create the most effectiveness.
Right.
But what you just said, this idea of if you start from a place of peace, and I think about that, I completely agree with that. If you walk into something with stillness, it gives you clarity, it gives you perspective, you can zoom out, you can zoom in. If you're buzzing around and moving around, you lose all of that. It's all blurry and fuzzy. And I want to ask you, what's a lesson you wish you learned earlier in life?
I think it's that what you're searching for externally, you're actually searching for yourself.